Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Extreme Performance Series. Today, we're going to talk about the hands-on labs with one of the key members of that team, Josh. Josh, could you go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
So my name is Josh Schnee. I'm on the performance team here at VMware by Broadcom. I've been a participant of the performance analysis of the hands-on labs for about 10 years now, maybe a little bit more. And my current role within that organization is to effectively try to understand the performance of these clouds, manage the performance of the clouds while people are actually taking those labs.
Yeah, so the hands-on labs are always like one of the most popular parts of VMware Explore, formerly known as VMworld, that people come to see and participate in.
Hands-on labs. The general idea is we put all of this stuff in front of you in 60 seconds or less. And it can be pretty complex. That nested software stack can be full of ESX hosts, vSAN, VCF9, automation, operations, all of that stuff is compressed and then created just so that you can sit down and learn all about it. Well, how do we do this, right? So we do this again through clouds, right? We have, as you can see on the screen there, we have four different private clouds that are created with VCF. And then we also have several different partner clouds. So we have OVH, IBM, and Google Cloud, who are providing a cloud for us to use in support of this. Because as you can imagine, this is a pretty big burst of users, day over day. Now, the hands-on labs are open 24/7. But for Explore, the number of users taking content goes up dramatically.
So yeah, so back initially, we used to ship on-site hardware, and it was all set
Yeah.
up for the event, and it was only available during the event. But now we have these clouds, right, as depicted here, and you just talked about, that provide all the infrastructure for the labs to run on. And not only is it available during the event, but it's available throughout the year. You can go in and run labs. But during the event, VMware Explore, there's new content that gets released.
What we do for Explore is we're bringing the absolute latest and greatest content that we have available and putting it in front of users. Now, it's not just about being able to sit down and take one of these labs. It's also being in the room with the subject matter experts. So we have 40 to 50 SMEs just walking around the room and or teaching what we call workshops. Now, I think we have 44 different workshops, about 90 minutes long. And in this scenario, a couple different SMEs will sit down and take you through a guided piece of content so that if you're interested in learning about something and being able to have a dialogue with somebody who either helped create that content or actually helped create that product, you have that opportunity. Hey, we just released VCF 9.0. So many people, want to know what's in VCF 9.0, how it feels. One of the big selling points for it is this sort of seamless, unified experience for users across our product suite. This has been an ask of customers, and there's been a lot of improvement here. We want people to be able to experience a little bit. So what have we done? We've put a lot of emphasis on VCF 9.0 operations and VCF 9.0 automation, right? Now, we have a little bit of stuff for people who are just getting started. You'll see, it's getting started for both those, right? But if you have some experience, we also have the more targeted kind of what's new. So you can focus in on those aspects.
So new
Um,
customers, there's some stuff for them to get started. Also, customers that have been with us for a while, they can focus in on the newer aspects of VCF9 more directly with advanced topics right off the bat.
if you're net new, we have a way for you to get started and figure out, okay, well, how do I even get into this, right? Like, what does the UI look like, et cetera, right? But if you're an experienced user, you probably just want to focus on, okay, what's changed? How do I leverage the pieces that are new to me or new to the environments? And then you'll see a smattering of opportunities, and this is nowhere near the complete list. This is just some of the highlights that I've pulled together of, well, troubleshooting, right? What happens when things go wrong? Or how do you actually deploy your kind of application in these environments?
Yeah, tremendously valuable as we move into the VCF9 world with all the new new features that are there, new interfaces, get you a chance to try all those out.
We still have content related to all the other aspects, right? So vSphere, Tanzu, live recovery, all these kinds of things. We even have some uh, private AI. One of the things that I like to really focus in on, and being the performance guy, is well, hey, what's new in the performance lab itself? I have a few again highlights here. This is again not all of it, but memory tiering is a pretty interesting technology for getting additional performance out of your environments. Um, Hardware version 22 came out, so now you can have really large VMs. I think it's like 960 some odd vCPUs. That's a massive VM. We have enhanced data path stuff in there, right? We've also got stuff for, well, hey, again, how do you monitor these environments? Because it's great to have all this stuff, but if you can't keep track of your environment down the road, it's not going to do you much good if all those features are there. So better integration with the ESX top, new Linux tools for you to use, right? So we've actually put together some more current tools that people use out in the wild. These are open source.
The Performance Lab is always one of the popular labs.
Yep,
And,
yep.
as part of the hands-on labs. I was a performance lab captain in the past. I'm not sure how long ago that was. But yeah, so
What?
I always enjoy doing these labs myself as well. They're always really interesting. You get to see, um, the actual performance monitoring tools in action in some scenarios. You get to try it out. It's pretty fun.
And again, one of the things that makes the hands-on labs so unique is it's an opportunity to get one of these environments up, whether you're doing performance analysis or whether you just want to see how to configure vSAN or VCF9, whatever. You can break it. Who cares? Right? You do something different, you break it. Okay, I'll just in that lab take another one, try again. Right? So it's a no risk environment for you to play with. Um, One of the other things I do for VMware here is I'm the performance lead for or the technical lead for the VMware product. And new this year is we've added VMware 4 into the performance lab for the first time. Now, the reason why this is sort of a first time deal is, well, VMware 4 is a pretty big benchmark. It's almost a benchmark of benchmarks. But what it does is it allows you to get a very good cluster level understanding of the performance of your environment. So it runs application workloads and infrastructure workloads like vMotion, et cetera. And we've made it super easy for people to use. So um, one of the things you and I both do is a lot of automation, right? So who has time to sit there and run each one of these little experiments? VMware 4 is very, very geared toward increased, improved automation, making it easier for folks to be able to use and use it very, very quickly.
Yeah, the tools that were added to VMware 4 around its deployment and use are really great. It makes it much easier to use the benchmark, like you said. So, and now that it's in the labs, people can in the hands-on labs, people can kind of try it out from there initially, but know that when you go back, you're going to put it in your own environment. The tools are really nice for that as well. So,
Yeah. And we're given a smattering of sort of like, here's how you would deploy it, here's how you would run it, and then here's what you get from it, right? So we have a bunch of enhanced HTML so that you can see histograms of your throughputs or latencies over time. These kinds of advanced technologies are really easy to get into with VMware 4. And we're hoping that we reach a different a group of folks who have been a little bit shy to try it because it was a little bit harder to use in the past.
yeah, great stuff. I know that I'm looking forward to using some of these new labs that are coming out in the hands-on labs. And for all those that are going to VMware Explore, they'll get a chance to try them out in person in the room with the experts, like Josh talked about, which makes it a little more exciting. But you can also go online and access the content as well. So, Josh, is there anything else?
Nope, I'll say, if you do come to explore, I'll be there. I'll be like again monitoring the clouds and the overall performance. Feel free to stop by and knock where I effectively live. Say hi.
So true. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in for this episode of the Extreme Performance Series. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you on another episode of the Extreme Performance Series soon. Thanks, everybody.